Now that our Elastic Beanstalk instance has been created, we're going to start to configure Travis CI to automatically deploy our application over to AWS once our tests have successfully passed. So to do so, we're going to add some more configuration to the travis.yaml file that we had created inside of our root project directory. I'm going to open up my code editor, and then inside of here, I'm going to find the travis.yaml file. You'll recall that we currently have the before install and script sections inside of here, and both those are concerned solely with putting together our initial image and then running some tests using that image. I'm going to add in another section towards the bottom of this file called, as you might guess, deploy. So inside this section, we're going to add in a bunch of configuration to tell Travis CI exactly how to take our application and deploy it off to AWS. Now, some of these settings that we're going to put in here are going to be a little bit laborious, so I really got to ask you to watch really closely and make sure that you follow along as closely as possible. Now, the first option we're going to add in here is going to be really easy and straightforward. We're going to say provider is Elastic Beanstalk, all one word like so. Travis CI comes pre-configured to deploy our application to a handful of different providers or hosting providers such as AWS or DigitalOcean or whichever other you can possibly imagine. And so by just saying provider Elastic Beanstalk, we're essentially telling Travis CI that, hey, we want you to use this set of instructions to attempt to automatically deploy our application. So by just specifying that right there, Travis CI is going to really do a lot of stuff for us automatically. Now we're going to still provide a lot of other options in here as well to just provide some further customization. The next one we're going to provide is region. Now region is going to be a little bit of a tough one because the region that you're going to specify depends upon exactly where you originally created your Elastic Beanstalk instance. Let me tell you what I mean by that. If you flip back over to your Elastic Beanstalk dashboard, which should look like this, I want you to look very closely at that URL again. I'm going to copy the URL and I'm going to put it over into my code editor just so you can read mine very easily. So when you created your Elastic Beanstalk instance, you created it in a particular region. And when I say region, I'm talking about like area of the earth or kind of continent essentially. So me personally, I created the region in the Elastic Beanstalk instance in the region US West 2. So right here, you need to specify whatever region your Elastic Beanstalk instance was just created in. You might have something like US East 1, US West 1. You might have a totally different country inside of here. It's going to be up to you to find whichever code it is, and you're going to take that code